Hello and welcome to this eBay auction of this vintage, rather nice Timex Marlin watch. A watch I really do want to keep, but I've got far too many Timexes. That's another story. So this is now era, I'm guessing, 3 decades, 60s, 70s, or perhaps early 80s. Sorry, that's the best I could do. If I had to guess, I'm saying late 60s, 70s Marlin. Now, it does, strangely enough, keep very good time. I've got another Marlin, which is also for sale, and out of the two, this does keep the better time. I'd say even a minute a day, which is really quite amazing for a Marlin movement. Now, hopefully, if you're bidding on this, you know what a Timex Marlin is. It's made in Great Britain, as indicated on the bottom, but Timex Marlins don't have any jewels. They have a pin lever escapement movement, which looks like this. So inside this, which I've never taken the back off, is a pin lever escape movement, which is riveted. So pretty much, I would say, you cannot service it. Once it goes wrong, I think you've pretty much had it. I have heard stories of people soaking them in WD-40, taking certain things out of it and then soaking it in WD-40. I don't, but this actually does go out well. Now, this does have a few issues, to be honest. When I first got this watch, I didn't wear it because I thought it was broken. To wind this watch is the most stiffest wind I've ever seen. It's not really helped by the fact it's got a very small crown. You can even probably hear that clicking. You've really got to. It feels like you're overwinding it, but in fact, it's actually fine. There's loads of resistance. It's very stiff to wind it. It does work though. It does work. Once you get used to it and once you think you're not breaking it, you can't, when you get to overwind, it'll just get to the point where you can't even physically turn it. So it's really stiff to wind. I've got another Marlin, which is also very stiff, but nowhere near as stiff as this. But surprisingly enough, this keeps a better time. When changing the hands, I did pull out. When changing the hands, also, it's not too stiff. I would say it's a lot stiffer than any of my Swiss jeweled watches, but pretty stiff to begin with, and then it kind of gets more looser. But this has been very reliable. It doesn't stop, goes all day. Only needs a few wind. It's hand wind, obviously. It's not automatic at all, but it's actually quite a usable watch in its current state. It is a vintage watch, so I can't offer any guarantee in its operation. There's no repairs or returns offered, but for me, it has worked fine. Just to say, I've been honest in my listing. For me, I've worn this watch for days on end as my main watch, and it's been fine. In fact, this is one of my favourite Timex pieces, but I don't really tend to wear it. So I think this is actually, for me, it's a bit of a gem of a Timex Marlin, apart from being so stiff. But how that could be fixed, I do not know, or even should it be fixed. So it's got the made in Great Britain, which is I don't see that very often nowadays, do you? At 6 o'clock. It's got a lovely 12/6, really nice vintage style. It does look like an old watch, I would say. It doesn't look like a reissue. It's got the water resistant mark on there, which I wouldn't trust that with any water resistance personally, but it's got a case back, some writing, probably most of it all worn off, the writing, original case back. I've never taken a case back off. I've never looked at the movement in the time I've owned it. So, just a few measurements before we go. It's quite a small watch. If I compare it against quick compare against which you might be familiar with, is a Timex reissue, probably even a little bit bigger than the Timex reissue. So lug strap width is 18 millimeters across. It's 34 millimeters, and the crown is there. This way round, it's 40 odd millimeters. Pretty similar to the reissue, but a different choice to the reissue. Anyway, hope this goes to a good home. Any questions, let me know, and happy bidding.